Hi, I am Amy Lloyd from Ascension Wellness. I am a life and trauma recovery coach. I'm here today with Shannon. We are talking about transparency in our relationships.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon Dawn from shannondawn.com, a relationship coach. And yes, transparency in our relationships is so important. Why? Because if we do not take our spouses seriously, and it could be about something fun, it could be about something serious, but we need to have the meaning of everything between the two people cherished. And you can only cherish with honesty.
Love that word cherished. That is just such a, I don't know, I'm a writer, I'm a reader, so I'm really drawn to certain words. So they just carry an energy about them, right? And cherished, I I picture the little cherub babies, the little, super fat roly-poly babies, but with like wings or something, little angel babies, and like cherub cherish, I don't know, but that is exactly what it's supposed to be like to be in a loving and committed relationship. Now, that's not to say that there's not downtimes. Of course there is. But overall, we should each feel cherished.
Correct. And I think I want to make the distinction between honesty, which is telling the facts as you know them at the moment you know them, because they can change. And then transparency is more about building the trust with someone, making it so that your facts are, not believable, but are translatable to the person so that they do feel comfortable, non-judged, and able to come close to you without fear of scrutiny or anything. And the fact that your information is accurate, right? What you're sharing from your heart, what you know outside of yourself is accurate. This is what I'm presenting with you. And I want you to feel the most comfortable with what I'm delivering. So here we go in this discussion.
Exactly. And when we achieve that sort of transparency in our communication, it reassures our partner that we're not hiding anything, that we are a safe place for them to show up authentically themselves.
Exactly. So I know we were talking prior to this, we were having a conversation, Amy and I, about how boundaries are huge in a relationship. And sometimes, when we're being asked to be transparent, it can cause what Amy was saying as someone coming towards you or pulling away. So clinging or pushing back and running away. Those are issues that a lot of couples face. And that's why repetitive looping arguments happen.
That's a good point. I really think of attachment styles that we all develop in childhood based on our relationship with our primary caregiver, usually mom or dad, but not always. It's just whoever your primary caregiver is who we're, we can all remember the, oh goodness, I can't remember the scientist's name, but back in science class in junior high or elementary school even, when we learned about ducks imprinting upon the mother duck, but then if the baby ducklings are around a different animal, they'll imprint on that animal instead. And so if you think of it kind of like that with the attachment styles that we form, it's almost like our nervous system kind of sort of imprints on our primary caregiver. And there's this really cool new word called neuroception. It's almost like our nervous system's subconscious. So my nervous system is sending out these signals to feel you. And if you think of like bat sonar, it's going to ping off of you and bring back information to me that tells me whether or not you are there. Like there can be a body. I can see a person in front of me, but are you embodied? Are you in your body, connected with your emotions, being authentic with yourself, and then therefore with me? And so when my sonar, my neuroception pings back to me, and I'm just like, I just feel like something is off. Consciously, it's hard to put our finger on what that might be. but subconsciously we feel that something is wrong, something is off, this person can't be trusted. And so, when we develop these certain attachment styles as children, we carry that with us into adulthood, and it can look like the clinging, the neediness, because we just so desperately need that person or a person, right? And it's just the person we are imprinted on at the moment. But also, it can bring up so much fear that instead of clinging and becoming maybe codependent, we push away. And then just because that's not fun enough, some of us do both. That was my struggle when I, was becoming aware of my own attachment issues. Is depends on what the other person is doing, and it also depended on my mood or where my nervous system was that day. Sometimes I may pull you close, and sometimes I might be like, nope, back up, too close.
And the next round of that would be two people having both going on, right? And what's happening where and how and when. So this is why personal development is so huge. And by being in these videos with us, we really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to learn more about who you are and how you can improve yourself within the relationship and possibly show your partner so that you guys can have the best relationships possible. That is why we're here. And if you ever have suggestions, we will leave some information on that so that you can, we can help you on another level that makes sense to you as well.
Exactly. It is so empowering. Before hopping on video, Shannon, you and I were talking about looking in the mirror, and for the partner who is struggling to be transparent, it is likely that they're the one doing the pushing away to maintain that distance of safety. And looking in the mirror can be really difficult because they're really confronting their own fears that they bury deep within. But then the partner who is struggling because of the lack of transparency from the other one might be the one, or maybe both of them, have a lot of that boundary work to do, and just reconnecting with themselves and learning to, and I think that we've talked about this so far. It's been mentioned in every video. It's something that I just really drill in, is self-compassion.
Right.
It doesn't matter which partner you are in this. Sometimes you might be one or both, right? Meet yourself with self-compassion.
Right. And take time to ground, right? Do some journaling, connect with friends, family, go for a jog, find a way to clear your mind. Think about what really matters. What is the actual feeling you are trying to accomplish, or the memory you're trying to accomplish? When you look back 10 years from now, is this going to matter? What do you need to fight for, and what do you need to let go of? What do you need? What's the bridge, that gap? What is in between here that you're trying to accomplish? Ask your partner, what are you trying to accomplish? How much does this mean? And can we reapproach this in another way tomorrow if it's not working now, right? Mm-hmm.
I love those questions. And I would just like to encourage our audience to go back and rewind and write down every single question that Shannon just shared, because they are all so powerful. Journal with them. If you like to get creative in different ways, art journaling, painting, then have these questions in your mind, preferably maybe one at a time as you're doing some kind of creative activity, because it's really opening up and allowing you to access your subconscious in ways that feel less fearful and scary. And also get kinesthetic with it, get moving, go for a walk in nature as you're pondering these questions, and make it a whole walking meditation. If you have a routine, some sort of an exercise routine, then do that same routine backwards. If you have a trail that you like to walk the opposite direction while thinking of these questions. If you, do whatever it is, do it backwards in an opposite order, because you're forcing your brain out of those ruts and you're forcing your subconscious to think differently.
That would be the same as writing with the opposite hand.
Yes. Oh, that is painful, like physically painful, but oh my gosh, it's so effective.
Right. And if you find trepidation creeping in, you're like, you don't want to deal with this, you want to go for your walk, your run, your paint, whatever you're doing, you don't want to think about this, that's okay. Maybe even the space of nothingness will create the answer too. Okay. But if you find after a week of toiling with this, it's not working, reapproach again. It's always about reapproaching your partner. Is it something we need to talk about, or should we drop it? Right. And again, if you need coaching, therapy, somebody as a third, witness to the situation, then do that, because it may help as well.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, thank you so much, Shannon. I think that this has been a wonderful conversation, and audience, we just piled on all kinds of tools and tips for you to really put into practice. So you're going to want to hit rewind and jot down all of these things for yourself. Create a little cheat sheet of everything that we just gave you, and we will see you in the next video.
Thanks so much, everyone. Have a fabulous day.